People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. As usual, one love for having me, Mo. I appreciate you for letting me share my opinions, on your channel each and every time. And as usual, large up yourself for, when you can, offering your time to do the same on my channel. Big up yourself. Hope you and everybody listening is doing well and safe. Now, we drew 0-0. It's a brazy game in that, obviously, on one hand, it's a 0-0 draw. There shouldn't be talking points, but I don't want to celebrate a draw. I don't want to get excited because I feel because of where we are as a football club and Arsenal in general, we're used to getting smacked up, let's be real, in unnecessary circumstances. So when we have a courageous defeat against City, which fundamentally we still lost as much as there is positives, and obviously we've only drawn here, it's only half time, there are positives, big up the team because previous years at Arsenal, I've seen players hide behind the fact that there's been a red card, the fact that Liverpool are better than us, the fact that, like Arteta said, we're missing 9 or 10 players and all of these things. I've seen us look to hide behind that. But what I saw today was players that really fundamentally wanted a result, players that wanted it, players that, regardless of the red card, regardless of the Anfield roar and all of this stuff, were putting in a performance. Respectfully, I do think Liverpool, by their own standards, was poor, and Klopp ain't going to be happy with that. I do think the little minimal chances we got were coming because Alisson and Trent or Matip and Van Dijk or whoever, there was just really weird communication skills with Liverpool and they looked off the boil, but we can't account for Liverpool in it. I think we show commitment. It goes without saying, elephant in the room. We went down to 10 men, commitment, fight, heart, desire, everything was there, kind of like what we did against City, but City were able to obviously flop us and score. Today wasn't that. I saw players that wanted a result. I saw players that wanted to go to a final. I saw a good reaction. It was a fantastic team performance to over an hour, to not concede really. So I have to give us credit. I do think at 11 men, I was impressed with I won't say impressed, but I feel on the ball is lacking. I feel off the ball. I liked how Arteta set us up. We looked like a 4-4-2 when we had 11 players. Obviously, when we went down to 10, it changed. And I still think on the ball, he was disciplined. Second half, there were some heart-in-mouth moments where Liverpool could have scored. In the first half, there were sloppy elements in our play as well. Like, I remember there was Ramsdale almost got caught. There was a sloppy back pass to Ramsdale by Gabriel. There was a couple of those things. Now, Saka had a chance he could have scored as well. But ultimately, I say a point, a draw against Anfield, taking it back to a draw at Anfield, a draw against Liverpool in the first round, in the first game, taking it to the Emirates. It's a decent thing to want to deal with. The only problem is Granit Xhaka got sent off. Now, for me, we've been here with Xhaka, innit, broski? We've been here, whether it's, we've had harsh red cards, we've had his reputation go against him, we've had stupidity from Xhaka, we've had stonewall moments where Xhaka can't complain. I'm just tired of it, innit? Like, respectfully, we've been here before with Granit. We need to move on from these sort of guys. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he can be part of the squad. But it's another game when it matters. Xhaka has the attributes or certain things that have been attached to him for the wrong reasons. He's become a talking point. Really, it should... I don't want to be excited about drawing, but we should be talking and waffling about how courageous we've been. Instead, we're talking about the red card. Depending on how you look at it, maybe the red card is where we look better, to be fair with you. I think the red card and maybe Cedric coming off, Chambers had a decent game. Everyone had a decent game. Martinelli, Saka, Martinelli, Saka, Ben White, Lacazette, in particular for me, Gabriel as well would be the guys I would highlight for praise. But fundamentally, it's a good team performance, really. And as said, it sets us up for the second leg. It gives us a bit of confidence going into the North London derby. The only dampener for me is, bro, we're down to our bare bones in midfield and we've somehow managed to make it worse, innit? So hopefully we can make something happen in the transfer market. I know we're linked with Arthur. Allegedly, we've recalled Miguel Aziz back from his loan spell. So maybe there's ones and twos to do in that regards. But we drew 0-0. We take it to our place where the sentiment and the downright atmosphere at the Emirates has been a lot better this season. Hopefully, we can do a thing now. I think it'll be a different game because Jurgen Klopp is going to demand a lot more. I don't think they had a shot on target. By Liverpool standards, they were poor in the final third. Now, I don't want to focus on that because we can't be held accountable for that. But it's going to be a different game, really and truly. And, hopefully, it gives us some positives, man. And, hopefully, at White Hart Lane on Sunday, we can get a victory because, if you look at the results and not necessarily how the games went, we've got 2 defeats and a draw, really, sentiment can change very quickly. But I saw fight, I saw passion, I saw desire, I saw people that wanted a result. And as an Arsenal fan, maybe I'm starved of it, but when I'm seeing Gabriel Martinelli drop to his knees at the end of the game, when I'm seeing, you know, Ben White kind of jubilant, I'm seeing pride in performances now. I'm seeing desire. I'm seeing hunger. And they do say in football, if you can't win, don't lose. And we didn't lose regardless of it. You know, as I said at the start, previous Arsenal teams, I've seen us look to, before the game's kicked off, oh, we're missing 9 or 10 players. All right, that's our story. You know, someone's got sent off. He's going to be the scapegoat. I saw a team, regardless of what was being thrown, they wanted a somewhat result. And you make your own luck in life. You know, players wanted to be accountable. They wanted to win their individual battles. And obviously, Liverpool were not quite the Liverpool side that they have been, and weren't clinical, regardless of who they're missing. But it is what it is, Mo, man. You know, we get to save face, and me and you can focus on the Spurs game now. So that's all I've got to say on the game, really and truly. If I'm honest with you, as usual, love for having me on your channel, bro, and respect to anyone who's listening to my 5 minutes of waffling about the game, people. So yeah, you lot stay blessed, stay safe. Make sure you're subscribing to Mo's channel. Wow.